What's happening, everybody? Here we are, another Thursday night on the grind. Um, man, it's been one hell of a week. But anyway, I want to start tonight's show off with some of our sponsors right up. First up tonight is Hopkins Designs. They specialize in websites, print design, such as magazine ads, flyers, business cards, trade show materials, logo designs, photo, and video production. You need any of that? You need to hook up with Earl Hopkins at hopkins-design.com. Next up, our good friends over at Urban Rides Magazine. Urban Rides Magazine and Street Bagger Magazine, both great publications. Go online, get you a digital subscription, or get you a print copy, have it mailed directly to you. You can get a hold of them at urbanridesmagazine.com or get a hold of them on Urban Rides Magazine on Facebook. But whatever you do, let them know Kevin sent you with the grind. Next up, our good friends over at J&D Custom Polishing and Plating. Man, when you want chrome plating, nickel plating, copper plating, gold plating, you want that stuff done right, polishing, you need to get with J&D Custom Polishing and Plating. And when you do place that order, let them know Kevin with the grind sent you. Next up, good friends over at Stellar Customs, stellarcustoms.com, home of the true carbon fiber windshields for all of your touring model Harley Davidsons. You got to look at them. They got so many designs, so many different patterns, so many different colors. Get with them at stellarcustoms.com and let them know Kevin with the grind sent you. Next up, our good friends at Indiana and Northern Illinois Thunder Roads Magazine. Great magazine. I've got my copy sitting right over there. Great pictorials, articles. They've got calendars in them. They've got tattoos. They've got bikes. They've got events. They got everything you need. Go to your local bike shop in Indiana, Northern Illinois, and you can get you your own copy of them. Next up is American Drag Seats, AmericanDragSeats.com. American Drag Seats /Attitude Inc. on Facebook and American Drag Seats on Instagram. Home of the custom airbags. Airbags in your seats, fully contained, fully adjustable. We can make them for any kind of seat out there, whether you have buttons, pleats, it doesn't matter. We can do them. Any type of leather tooling, any type of custom covers, from exotic skins to vinyls to reshaping your stock seats, recovering your stock seats, all the way to custom. You send me the pan, we shape the foam, we put the cover on it, we do it all from beginning to end. Hit us up, AmericanDragSeats.com. Next up, our good friends over at Hell Speed Shop, hellspeedshop.com. Man, if you don't follow these guys on Facebook, you're crazy. You got to go follow them on Facebook. They are always dropping new stuff, from their badass flannel shirts, hats. They've got T-shirts. Now they've got short sleeve flannel shirts. Just a great company, great people to deal with. You got to go check them out at hellspeedshop.com. Look for the grind logo and make yourself an order. Next up, Legacy Bike Works right here in Manville, Texas. Established in 2022, Legacy Bike Works, from mild to wild, from 2 speakers to extreme speakers. We do all of it right here. Legacy Bike Works, Manville, Texas. Hit us up on Facebook or Instagram at Legacy Bike Works. Anyway, what's going on, everybody? Let me go and give my shout outs to everybody. What's up, Pat Price, Rich Cozy, Marsha Fitzpatrick, Jeremy Goheen, Mr. Timothy Skates is in the house. Man, what is happening, everybody? Here we are another Thursday night. Watch me, Mr. Jeff Bentley Bagliner's in the house. What's going on, buddy? Anyway, man, tonight's probably going to be a shorter show tonight, only because I'm exhausted. It's been so freaking hot outside. And at my day job, doing all the welding and fabrication that I do, I'm literally exhausted. But what I wanted to discuss in, I guess, a 30-minute show tonight is business. Business sucks. Business really does. Nobody tells you when you start your own business how hard it's going to be. There's a whole thing about paying your dues, learning and honing your craft. Whether you've been in it a minute or you've been in it for 20 years, you're always moving forward, always learning. But the topic I want to talk about tonight is specifically bike shops. What's happening, Mr. Hopkins? What I want to talk tonight about is motorcycle shops. So where I live, Houston, the Metroplex area, There are so many bike shops. What's up, Mr. William Cole? That, man, you can throw a rock and hit a bike shop. Now, there's a couple of different types of bike shops out there. You've got your, your independent shops that work on, maintain, service work type stuff to your motorcycles. Then you've got your specialty shops that do your high performance engine upgrades and crotch rockets and all those types of things. But then you got the third shop, which is the custom shops, just like us. The reason I'm talking about the third shop is because the first two shops are there to repair your bike, new tires, oil changes, tune-ups, diagnostics, things of that nature. And by all means, those shops are really, really needed in the custom world. The second shop, which is like Legacy Bike Works, I could list out all the guys I know across the country that are doing, big bike shops, custom builds, big wheel baggers, blah, 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 blah. I could speak on it all day long. But the part about it I want to talk about tonight is that every custom shop only starts two ways, just two. There's only two ways it starts. The first way a custom bike shop starts is if you get somebody kind of like myself that has a passion and a talent for creativity. Stock is never good enough for us. So we take in a bike, whether it's our own personal bike or it's a buddy's bike or whatever, we add our touches to it, and there you go. That's how you get started. Your buddies get you to do stuff for them. Other people see that work and they want to get work done by you, and so forth and so on. Then you end up one day, you're like West Coast Choppers, hopefully. To be so lucky to be like West Coast Choppers. What's up, Mr. Joe Faust? Yeah, prayers to Michael Sean Foundation. Amen. Praying for that guy who was in a motorcycle wreck. We need to keep him in our prayers. But what I'd like to talk to about these custom shops is, I've been in this industry literally since 2003 is when I got into the motorcycle industry as a newbie. Went to my first motorcycle rally in 2004. What's up, Mr. John Lynch? But my whole point to this show tonight is that when you start these shops, it's typically guys that just have a passion for building stuff. It's not just bikes. They do cars, blah, 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 blah. And they end up doing it out of the sheer necessity to want to do it themselves. They do their own stuff and it builds up, word spreads, blah, 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 blah. The other custom shop is the guys that have money, big money, and they find a guy like me or, anybody else that starts in their garage and like, hey, I want to invest in you. And then they end up dumping money into the shop. They get a big shop. They go out and buy all the tooling and all the stuff that's needed. And they have a little bit better chance of success because they've got the rent paid. They've got the new tools. They can buy inventory. They can do all these things. The bad thing is, it doesn't matter which shop you are. There are certainties in owning your own business. And we're talking about the bike business. When you're a welder, you're going to have shit days. When you're an electrician, you're going to have a shit day. When you're a painter, you're going to have shit days. The number one complaint I've heard literally over the last, let's just say 20 years of being in this industry is, man, I took my bike to a shop. They said it was going to be this much and it was going to take this long. And they've had my bike so long. They're not doing what they're saying. They're taking forever. They won't return my calls. They won't and the list goes on. But then finally, the customers get their bikes and they're happy with them. Do the customers go back to those shops or do they go to another shop? It just depends. What's up, Mr. Mike Juban and Mr. Frank Klotz? Not my kind of cash. You ain't got my kind of cash. My kind of cash is finance it and pay and hope you get another paycheck. But when I say this to you guys, and I tell you guys, I know it's kind of redundant because a lot of you guys, almost everybody watching the show, either owns their own shop or knows someone that owns their own shop, or has something to do with the motorcycle industry. So I'm almost preaching to the choir, but I feel like it needs to be said. When Devin and I decided to open Legacy Bike Works, which Legacy Bike Works is brand new. It was opened in the end of October of 2022. So it's literally 7, 8, 9 months old. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how cheap your prices are. You're going to end up with an asshole customer. It's just the way. It's just business. It doesn't matter. What One of the main stipulations I had with Devin when we decided to open this shop is we're going to have extreme customer service. Now, when I say extreme customer service, I mean we're literally going to be texting before, during, after. We are going to keep you so in the loop that you can't help but trust us because we're there. We're present. We're in front of it. Good thing about us is that we're slow enough and we're young enough and small enough that we have the time to do that. What's up, Mr. McNamer? A lot of the bigger shops, and I say this loosely, and it's probably the wrong way to say it, but a lot of the bigger shops have already built big builds and they have kind of a reputation going behind them that they don't need the customer. They don't need the specific customer. They can literally say, hey, look, give me your bike. This much money I want. I'll talk to you in 8 months, a year, whatever. What's up, Chris? And you're stuck with that. That's what you're stuck with, but you're buying their name. You're buying their shop name. So you're hoping and praying that it's all good like that. And that, when I'm done getting my bike, it's going to be everything I want. Well, as a little shop like us, like Legacy Bike Works, we have to try to go above and beyond with every single customer. That's why when I do a custom seat for somebody, no matter what seat it is I do for them, I take before, during, and after pictures. That way my customer always knows what they're getting. I show the backside of material. I'll show the top side of material. I'll show the foam work. I'll show the design and the pattern layout. I show everything I can so that there's no possible way a customer can come back and say, hey, that's not what I wanted. Well, no, it is what you wanted because I've got the text messages to prove it. I don't do that to be an asshole. I do that so that I build a relationship with the customer, because at the end of the day, you're actually making a friend. You're making an ally. You want people to trust what you're doing. Don't know where he's at. John Lentz, the only certainty is lots, headaches, stress, bills, and empty pockets. That's one of them. What's up, Chris? A backyard bully, Carter. But anyway, so we've had, and especially myself, I've been in business since 1997. My first business was a mobile car wash and detailing company. My second business was a restaurant upholstery repair company. And then my third business, you all know, is American Drag Seats. I gave away the second company to one of the employees because it was a viable company making good money, but I just didn't have the time to do it. And I didn't really have the passion to do that job, but he did. And since he was with me from the day I started that company, I just went ahead and gave it to him and said, run with it. And he kept it. And I don't know if he's still doing it or not. I haven't checked in, but that was literally 20 years ago. I gave him that company. But anyway, my point is that when you get to a point when you're working on someone's bike and you have everything in writing, or you have it in text message and you have a verifiable proof of what you're doing, you're still going to have that customer every now and then that's just never satisfied. No matter how hardcore you get with them, no matter how much you bend. So sometimes you have to literally tell the customer, hey, look, we're done. I did everything you asked. You paid the money I asked. I did it in the time frame you asked, and we're done. This relationship is over with. I'm getting a divorce from you. And that's okay to lose a customer. What's not okay is to get a customer and go broke trying to make an ungrateful customer happy. You can't do that. That's just like trying to be everybody's friend in high school. You're never going to be everybody's friend. And that's okay, man. It's good. That's why sometimes you hear me harping on people and saying, dude, fucking be nice. Stop poking people. Stop picking on them. Stop saying, oh, you know, you're my buddy. Stop that shit. Start being 100% positive, 100% supportive, and get behind your friends. Your friends need it. You know, I've got a lot of good friends in this industry, and I've got a lot of good friends in this industry that call me on a regular basis. And you know what happens? They have had such a shit day. You can almost hear the tears in their voice, but you know they love what they do. You know they're good at what they do. They just had a bad day. I will never make fun of someone on a bad day just because we're friends. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be supportive. I'm going to try to be sympathetic, show some empathy, and I'm also going to try to do whatever I can to get them out of that bad mood and let them know they matter to me. That's who I am. That's the way I've always been. And, you know, I've had people like Brian Barber tell me, I don't know why you do so much for people. They're never going to do it back for you. People should be willing to do it back for you. Hello, Mrs. Nancy Weems. I appreciate you watching. Mr. Earl Hopkins in the house. But my whole point to this conversation is that you cannot run before you walk. You can't do it. You know, when my oldest son Devin was young, I want to say like 6th or 7th grade, I asked him, I said, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? And he said he wanted to play for the NFL, play for the Broncos. But as you guys know, Devin's like only 5'9", 5'10". He would have never made it. But I told him when he said that, I said, you can do anything you want to do in life as long as you're willing to put in the work it takes to get there. Everything takes work. Everything takes dedication. Everything takes practice. Everything takes accountability. Everything takes you being responsible for who you are. But you got to remember, man, you have a value, and your value is set by what you allow people to do to you, how you allow people to talk to you, how you allow people to treat you. Anybody like Earl Hopkins has known me since he was 11 years old. I am not the guy that will ever allow anybody to bully me. You're not going to bully me. It's never going to happen. I would rather face up with you and get my ass kicked than to sit there and let you continually bully me. It's never going to happen. I will fight you every single day of every single week for an entire year rather than let you bully me. I don't like bullies. I've never liked bullies. And unfortunately, in this fucking motorcycle industry, there are bullies. Sometimes it's your peers that are bullies, and sometimes it's your customers that are bullies. But I say that because I don't want anybody to misquote what I'm saying because I'm not a violent person. I'm very accommodating. I'm very responsible. I do what it takes to get a job done, even if it costs me money. You guys can ask my friend Corey Portella. I built his bike, took me 5 years to get it. And out of my own pocket, I put $17,000 into that bike because my name was on that bike. I don't know anybody else that would do that. I'm not saying anybody else wouldn't do that. I'm just saying that's what I did because I had to be responsible for the time frame that it took to get his bike done and completed. And when I added up the receipts for everything I had done to his bike, literally it was right at 17,000, just a couple $100 less, but we'll just round up to 17 because that's about what it cost. But I would much rather do that and have him get his bike, be happy with his bike, enjoy his bike. And if he wants to sell it, he can sell. If he wants to keep it till the day he dies, he can do that. But that's who I am. So one thing I don't like is when people accuse me of doing things that I didn't do. When people accuse me of saying things I didn't say. When people accuse me of not having a skill set that I know goddamn good and well I have. And just because you haven't seen the skill set doesn't mean I don't have it. It just means you haven't seen it. I've met so many kick-ass people in this industry over the last literally 5 years, almost 5.5 years. And I've also met a bunch of assholes in this industry. The funny thing is, this show kind of weeds them out, because the true people that really like the show and like watching me for either entertainment purposes or they're learning something or whatever, those people are here for a positive reason. I try to give a positive message. Some days, as you guys know, I've lost my temper, I've gotten upset, and I've told, well, I know one of them is my friend, and I cussed him out on this show, and he was my friend because he pissed me off, and I just let enough slide. But he doesn't do it anymore. He no longer talks to me that way. Now I consider him a good friend. If he needs something, I'll be there for him. Even some of my enemies on this show, dude, if you need something, I've got ability to help you. I'm probably going to help you, even if you've been an asshole to me. But whatever you do, don't ever bully me. Don't ever belittle me. If you belittle me or you bully me, you're gonna fucking find out. You're gonna find out that I'm not that guy, because I would much rather take an ass whooping than allow you to bully me verbally, mentally, emotionally. Physically, it doesn't matter. There are too many good people in this world to have to put up with the people that just truly don't matter. I remember a long, long time ago, I heard a statement from somebody that says, those that mind don't matter, and those that matter don't mind. And that speaks volumes to me, because it's a very true statement. And it basically just means the people that really love you, really support you, and really have your back, they're going to give you a pass on a bad day. They're going to support you when you're down. They're going to pick you up when you're down. The people that mind, that take offense to a bad day, that get pissed off at you or whatever, they don't matter, because they never mattered to you. What's up, Mr. Robert Davis? Thanks for watching, bub. Fuck around and find out, Gramps. Thank you for saying that. I embrace that. And for you guys that don't know, I am expected to be a grandfather in the next week, possibly 2. So you guys keep your finger crossed for my son Devin and his girlfriend Ashley, that there is a easy pregnancy and that little baby Riley comes out happy, healthy, and everything. But anyway, y'all will not get me whatever week that is. That baby girl gets here. I'm not doing the show. I'm going to be with that baby girl, I promise you. But anyway, so my whole point is that you have to be able to tell that difference. So Joe Faust, I keep seeing Joe, he's always here. He's always on the show. He's always got something to say. I look at Joe. I've never physically met the guy, but I consider him a good friend of mine. In all reality, he's probably just an acquaintance. But had we lived in the same neighborhood or the same city, we would probably be really good friends. I know when he unveiled the Merc with his dad and that whole story, I'm not afraid to admit it. It brought tears to my eyes, because both of my dads are gone and I never got that opportunity. But it was so cool to see Joe do that and then bring it to the public for everybody else to be a part of. That's something it's touching. You know what I mean? It matters. And I'm sure there is somebody out there that doesn't like Joe, somebody that's got some bullshit to say about Joe. And maybe Joe was wrong. Maybe Joe was right. Maybe Joe just getting picked on. But I'll tell you what, after seeing his story, after the whole thing with the Merc, seeing everything he did for his father, I mean, it's his car, but it's for his father because it was his father's car. That was such a cool freaking thing to do. You're going to meet me, haha, this fall when I bring the Merc to Bryan. Right on. You got to let me know. Give me a couple week heads up so I can make sure to get over there. Have Smooth host the show that week. Actually, for you guys that don't know, if I do take a hiatus, Uncle Bruno actually has stepped in for me before, but I could, if Uncle Bruno didn't want to take over the show for me for a week or two just to give me a break, I could probably get Dan to step in and do it. You guys watch his videos, he does them on a pretty regular basis, and he's good at it. He likes being on screen. Too bad Blue doesn't like being on screen. And for you guys that don't know who Blue is, that's Matt, Dan's partner at Shy South, and he just does not want to be on at all. But Smooth is always on, and he understands the responsibility and how much social media can actually do for you if used the proper way and promoted and things like that. So I've got to do something 2 seconds. I've got to find something. Oh, where is it? Give me 2 seconds. I think you guys can still see me. But give me 2 seconds. I got to find something real quick. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? I got to find it real fast because I promised I would support this. I think this is it right here. Is this it right here? Yeah, this is it right here. So give me 2 seconds. Let me upload this real fast. Oh, let's go to desktop. Insane. Check this out. Okay, so let me go over here just real fast. Let me check this out. I got to do something. I promised I would do this. I forgot to do it before the show started, but I got to do it right now. I got to tell you guys this. This is really cool. Right there. There it is. Right there. Right there. Okay, so if you're planning on going to Sturgis this year, you have got to get over to the Beaver Bar because, in my opinion, two of the biggest names, two of the best guys in the industry, Scott Owens from Insane Asylum and Bradley Query from the 12 Volt Specialist, will be set up at the Beaver Bar from August 3rd through August 11th, doing audio installs, selling parts, selling systems, doing everything. And I've heard through the grapevine, a little birdie told me actually, that the rig, the outfit, the booth is so big and so awesome and massive. It's amazing. You got to get to the Beaver Bar. You got to set up your appointments at 480-219-7117 to get your upgrades there. I know for a fact this is going to be badass. I wish I could get there this year, but with the baby being born, it's too close to Sturgis. So I passed up this year. We will be there next year, even if it's just for me to show up and ride a motorcycle. I've got to get back up there and get some, some throttle therapy. That's what I got to do. But anyway, I'm going to leave this up. I'm also going to go back on Facebook after the show, and I will be sharing this. If you plan on being in Sturgis, get to the Beaver Bar. You're going to enjoy it. August 3rd through the 11th. If you're not going to Sturgis, I'm going to post this on my wall right after the show tonight. If you could please share the piss out of it so that everybody that plans on going there can at least go by and see some of the most amazing stereo system bikes, period. Scott Owens and the guys at Insane Asylum do not mess around. They are extremely good at what they do. And if you don't believe that, son, you've never heard his bikes. But anyway, so there you go, Scott Owens. I told you I'd do that, and I'm going to keep doing it. But y'all got to get over there and check that out. But anyway, thank you, Uncle Bruno, for all your support for Red Dog. That's right. Tim McLaughlin, just don't ride Spearfish Canyon at 7:30 a.m. by yourself. Okay, people, hold on. Let me explain this to you. I have to show this comment in the screen. Do y'all see this guy, Tim McLaughlin? He is telling you, don't ride Spearfish Canyon at 7:30 a.m. by yourself. Don't do it. He showed me a video of himself riding a bagger. At least I think it was a bagger. I'm sure he can clarify what bike it was. But the dude is cruising down the road 45, 55 miles an hour, and a deer leapt out in front of him. And he did nothing, but in a split second, he said, calm down, right through it, go through it. The whole thing was caught on camera on a GoPro. And I'll tell you what, it was 13 Road Glide CVO. Yes. So if Tim can share the video on Facebook, tag me in it, I will post that video, because I tell you what, for all practical purposes, doing anywhere between 45 and 65 miles an hour, you hit a deer on a motorcycle, it's almost 100% guarantee you're going down. This dude kept his composure in a split second, rode through it, and kept on trucking. What did Joe say? Get that video and post it. Yes, see, Tim, you need to post that video. So Tim lives right down the street from me here in Friendswood. I'm in Manville, Texas. I'm hoping that he feels the same way I do. I've made a pretty good friend with Tim, and him and I are going to be doing a little bit of work together, just a little bit. Can't wait for you guys to see the collaboration. But I'll tell you, this guy right here has an eye for detail. I mean, I can't even explain to you guys. This guy is really good at what he does. You got to wait and see. But hopefully you guys will get to see what he's building and what I'm doing a little bit of work on it with him for. But anyway, so I'm hoping he post that video up. I'm going to share that video. I'm going to tag him in it. And you guys have to watch that video, because when he showed me the video yesterday, he goes, okay, when you get the phone, push play. I'm going to step back. I just want to see the reaction on your face. And I shit you not, he gave me the phone. I'm sitting here watching it like this. And here's my reaction. Whoa, that's exactly what I did. And I'll bet you guys watch the video, you're going to do the same thing. So when I post the video up, I want you guys to leave comments on the video, so that I know you guys watched it. And I guarantee you, everybody's going to be like this. Whoa, that's what you're going to do. We deal with deer in New Hampshire. Dawn and dusk is their full movement. Chris Carlson said, I hit a deer on a K1200 at 55 miles an hour and got launched off that bike, and watch that bike go toe to toe. I do not wish that on a person. I will back that up with pictures. 65 on a bike, a deer dies and you're hurt or dead. Be careful out there. So that's the thing. So that's what Tim told me. He goes, he cut the deer in half with his bike. In half. Anyway, you guys got to see the video. I'm going to post it for you guys. Autism Bike will be there too. 5 Dirty Bikers will be... Nancy, are they going to be at the Beaver Bar in Sturgis, or where are they going to be in Sturgis? Let me know that in the comments, please. Beaver hurt a lot too. Yeah, well, you're doing it wrong, Mike. Beaver never hurts. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That's wrong. But anyhow, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Like I said, I didn't have a whole lot to talk about, but I wanted to call and let you guys know. Not call. I'm sorry. I apologize. I looked at my cell phone. I want to let you guys know that you got to pay your dues. You got to treat your customers right. You got to be accountable, but you can never be bullied. You cannot let people bully you and get you outside of who you know you really are. I'm not going to be bullied. It's not going to happen. But anyway, so you guys share the videos. You know the dance. Go to the American Drag Seat page. The videos go live there. Go to the Grind page. They go live there. Go to the Grind on YouTube. They're live there. Go hit them up. Go follow them. Hit the share buttons on all the platforms. And let's get this thing bigger than it already is. But anyway, you guys go have a kick-ass Thursday night. And keep Michael Sean Foundation in your prayers. And let's try to get him back healed up and back to what he does the best. Anyway, you guys go have a blessed night. We will see you guys all next Thursday night, unless there's a baby, and then I'll let you know that. Or actually, you'll know that if you follow me, because it'll be all over Facebook. But anyway, we'll see you guys.